Hey everyone, Kyle once again, and welcome back to the next video. And next I'll be talking about all the actors' memoriam of 2020 to all the actors, because I think it's like I think 2020 is the worst. Where we lost so many, we lost in 2020. Not just actors, but we also lost singers and some other people as well. So musicians too, and yeah, like I said, last year was the absolute worst, and well, the year in general, but it's but so many athletes just passed by. I did more, RIP videos and rest in peace videos than last year's. Well, now it's the other year, 2019, but yeah, lost so many. Yeah, like I said, I made all the ones that I did. So rest in peace to everyone who passed away last year. So I'm just reading off the list that I reading off the list, and well, first of all, starting off back in January, and we'll start off. No one that I know passed away in January, but really enough, the basketball player Kobe Bryant passed away on January 26th, very young at the age of 41. I remember I was getting some. I remember. Was getting take out dinner, right, and I was on the TV, like, I read the news on TV, it's like, oh, Kobe Bryant passed away. Wow. Yeah, I wasn't big on basketball though, but I know Kobe Bryant, and passed away at the young age of 41. I do believe also not only him though, but I think also one of his kids as well. So that's sad. Yeah, but Kobe Bryant, way too young, 41, and also as one of his kids as well. Sucks. So yeah, so no in January. Moving on to February. Kevin Conway. Kevin. Yeah, I believe Kevin Conway. I think I heard the name before. Ages 77. I started films like The Quick and the Dead and Fist. Yeah, I think I mentioned Kevin Conway, but maybe I didn't though. But after that, I did mention, which I said I kind of expected to, because given the guy's age, but Kirk Douglas on February 5th. Yeah. 103 years old. Yeah, Kirk Douglas, who's the father of actor Michael Douglas. I did that video. I was like, man, I can't believe this guy is 103 years old. I remember how young when I watched the original, when he started 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Man, it absolutely blew my mind. He lived that long. 103 years old, and by the time Michael Douglas was in his 70s. And just but from 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, was Spartacus. Yeah, he's been in loads of other movies, and then of course his his short appearance in the opening of Oscar with Sylvester Stallone, where he played his father. With Stallone's his dying father. Telling Kirk Douglas telling him to go straight, stop being a gangster and all that. And probably just where he goes, he's like, slaps him. That's in case you don't forget. Yeah. You think he was old in Oscar, and imagine how old how he was before he passed away? Jeez. Yeah, Kirk Douglas, I already mentioned this, but yeah, it's amazing he lived 103 years old. Over a century, to be exact. Jeez. Next, February 8th, Robert Conrad. I don't know too many of the films he starred in, but I know he starred in the original Wild Wild West TV show, the Wild Wild West TV show, not the movie that Will Smith did, but there was a TV show started back then. And then I mainly know him when he started as the cop in Jingle All the Way with Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's the cop that Arnold always keeps on bumping into. At first on the highway, then he broke his mirror, and then and then at the radio station when telling her you can't just stay out of trouble, can you? And then when he picks up the box of Sinbad left behind, the package, the thing is there was a bomb inside, and actually there was. He's like, yeah, I was in the bomb squad for 10 years. It opens it, just explodes in his face. Then he just drops the coffee. Then later he falls coffee on him, and he slams himself into the bus. And then later at the end, Arnold's apologizing for him to all this stuff, right? Yeah, Robert Conrad though, at the age of 84. Yeah, I mainly remember him from Jingle All the Way, but he was in the original star of the original Wild Wild West TV show. So yeah, moving on. Nobody else I know of is in this, but moving into March. Yes, at March 8th, Max von Sydow, which he's been in loads of movies from back then, which mainly one of his, everybody probably knows his most well known role is playing Father Merrin in The Exorcist. Yeah, probably will mainly know him for starring as Father Merrin in The Exorcist, but he's been in loads of other movies as well. And films I also remember he was in Rush Hour 3. He was the guy who was the head of the World Court, but the bad guy, the twist, the bad guy who was actually the bad guy. He was in a Shutter Island, and Steven Spielberg's A Minority Report. Stephen King's Needful Things with Ed Harris. He's just been in loads of movies, and of course, his minor role at the opening of Star Wars: The Force Awakens. But yeah, Max von Sydow, he's just been loads of movies, and he passed away at the age of 90. So he lived up to the age of 90. So yeah. Max von Sydow. Then on March 20th, we lost of country music singer Kenny Rogers, which I didn't listen to much to Kenny Rogers though, but I know he was a very popular country singer, even though he ruined his face with the surgical face surgery. Yeah, it's a shame though, but it was a mental figure for singer Dolly Parton and even Richard Marx as well. So he passed away at the age of 81, and so yeah, a good country singer, and rest in peace for Kenny Rogers. And then the 24th, director. Screenwriter Stuart Gordon, known for his work on Reanimator and Fortress, age of 72. And also, so moving into April. April 5th, Honor Blackman passed away at the age of 94. Famously starring in as the famous Bond girl Pussy Galore in James Bond, my favorite James Bond film, Goldfinger. Yeah, I love Goldfinger. It's my favorite James Bond film, and Honor Blackman played one of the famous Bond girls, Pussy Galore. Passed away at the age of 94. And then also, then on April 7th, Alan Garfield passed away at the age of 80, which I remember him starring in Beverly Hills Cop 2. He's the asshole new chief of police, who's always so rude and mean to Billy Rosewood and Taggart, which by the end they're telling off, Taggart's like, yeah, kiss my ass, and Judge Reinhold is like, if you bother to take your head out of your ass, you were able to say the entire thing, and the mayor had him fired. Yeah, he was funny in Beverly Hills Cop 2. And also, I remember doing that when I did that video with him. Though I also forget the woman who, which I didn't know that I didn't know who was still alive at the time. The woman who played in Jaws, Steven Spielberg's Jaws, as the woman who lost her son that was killed by the shark. The woman, later slapped Chief Brody and said, telling you knew there was a shark out there. My boy's dead now. Yeah, I forgot her name though, but which you check back on my video of that. So I gave the name with her and with Alan Garfield. So yeah, I didn't realize that she was still alive at the time. But yeah, she passed away as well. So yeah, moving on now. Still after that. Actor Brian April 15th. Brian Dennehy, which he's also been in lots of other movies as well. Starring in First Blood and his voice role in Ratatouille. He's been also another actor. I've seen him in other films as well. I think. Was he in the Assault on Precinct 13 remake? I forget. But I know he was in I think he was in like the FX movies. The one and the sequel too as well. But he's also been in lots of other films. Brian Denny, I recognize him. If you've watched this guy, seen other films, you would recognize him. April 29th. Director John Lafia. He's the director of the two films that I know of. He directed Child's Play 2. And he directed Man's Best Friend, the 1993 one with Ali Shady and Lance Hendrickson. And on the same day, Afrin Khan, starring in Slumdog Millionaire and Life of Pi. He passed away at the age of 53, and director John Lafayette passed away at the age of 63. But Afrin Khan, starring from Life of Pi and Slumdog Millionaire. And starring in Jurassic World. Yeah, he was in Jurassic World. The guy who owned Jurassic World, and he died in the helicopter crash. Yeah, I was like, oh really? Him from Jurassic World and Life of Pi, he passed away, man. That's what I thought when I first heard about it. So now moving on into May. Another singer. Another singer, a well-known singer, passed away. Singer musician, Little Richard. Of course, when he had his little cameo appearance in Last Action Hero, when in the real world in New York, when at the premiere of the new Jack Slayer movie, you have all the cameos like Van Damme, Jim Belushi, Chevy Chase, Damon Wayans, the real Arnold Schwarzenegger, and was also Run DM, or was it MC? Was it? I think it was MC Hammer who came out there. But Little Richard, he appeared. He had a cameo appearance in there as well. So he's like, "Oh, I'm so excited" and all that. But of course, I remember when he started his song, having some fun at night. It's like, "Gonna town and bury Barn of the Dawn," woo, baby, have me some fun tonight. Which that played in beginning of Predator when our soldiers were on their way to their destination. And yes, they even played at theater during the end credits of Predators as well. Of course, they take a lot of things from the first two Predator films and put in that shitty film, including that. Yeah, but it's another good singer passed away. Little Richard. Yeah, he passed away at the age of 87. And the next May 11th, Jerry Stiller, who was the father of actor Ben Stiller. Of course, he well known as starring from the TV show Seinfeld. Yeah, I believe it was Seinfeld. I didn't watch too many of the films that had Jerry Stiller in it though, but it sucks, passed away at the age of passed away at the age of 92. Yeah, lived a long life too. Jerry Stiller, same with that other ones who lived up to the 90s, like Max von Sydow. But yeah, Jerry Stiller, sad for Ben Stiller, May 15th, Fred Willard. I did heard of what Fred Willard. He's a comedic actor. Actually, I remember I reviewed one of the sequels a while back that had a minute that was actually Pre-Hysteria 3, really enough. I reviewed the three movies, the Pre-Hysteria trilogy. He appeared in the third one where his daughter, trying to be like her Scottish heritage, she even has a picture of Sean Connery running this rundown mini golf course. Her father the girl's father is actually Fred Willard. It passed away at the age of 86, so yeah. I've heard of Fred Willard, though. I didn't watch too many film or TV stuff that he has done, but I remember him, I reviewed Pre-Hysteria 3. Moving on. Moving on now into June. Yeah, June 19th, Ian Holm. Now Ian Holm is more I know. I've seen a lot of films he was in. Ian Holm passed away at the age of 88. Now Ian Holm famously well known for playing as Ash the android in Ridley Scott's Alien. He was the priest in The Fifth Element, which I enjoyed. I love The Fifth Element. He used his role in Roland Emmerich's The Day After Tomorrow. He actually voiced Skinner in Ratatouille. Yeah, the sous chef Skinner. Like, who cooks the ratatouille? I demand to know. He was unrecognizable. His voice was unrecognizable if you didn't know that was Ian Holm doing that type of accent in Ratatouille as Skinner. It was that's Ian Holm. Really enough. Yeah, but he's been in a lot of films too. But yeah, from Molten Up, Pavone in Alien, The Fifth Element, Day After Tomorrow, Ratatouille. But he's been in a lot of films in between as well. But I like Ian Holm. Yeah, may rest in peace on him. Passed away at the age of 88. Next was June 22nd. June 22nd, a well-known director a lot of people know of, and that is of Joel Schumacher. Joel Schumacher passed away at the age of 80. Directed a lot of good films that I enjoyed. Well, I enjoyed Flatliners, A Time to Kill, Falling Down with Michael Douglas. He even directed Batman Forever and Batman and Robin. Yeah. And it was another film he directed with Nicolas Cage. Yeah, that's right. I forgot. He directed a lot of films with also with Kiefer Sutherland. I mentioned A Time to Kill, but he also directed Phone Booth, which I enjoyed. That's a good thriller. The Lost Boys. That's another good one of my favorite vampire films. How could I forget The Lost Boys? Yeah, so The Lost Boys, Falling Down, Phone Booth, Batman Robin, Batman Forever, Flatliners, Time to Kill. And I think he directed. Did he direct 8mm, or was? Crap. Yeah, I gotta look it up now. Yeah. Yeah, he directed St. Elmo's Fire, DC Cab, which is a fun comedy with Ice Cube. Not Ice Cube. Mr. T. Yeah. Mr. T. St. Elmo's Fire at The Lost Boys. Yes. The Client with was Tommy Lee Jones. Yeah, he did direct 8mm. Yeah, because I knew it was with Nicolas Cage. He did direct 8mm. Bad Company with Chris Rock and Anthony Hopkins was not a fan of, though. The 2004 remake of The Phantom of the Opera. The Number 23, which, granted, it is a different role for Jim Carrey. Story more of a thriller horror film. Different role for Jim Carrey, but otherwise I knew the twist at the end, so I wasn't big on the Number 23. And then the last film he did with Nicolas Cage back in 2011 was Trespass. But the films that he directed I did enjoy. Like I said, I love The Lost Boys, Flatliners, Time to Kill, Batman Forever I like, but not Batman Robin. 8mm I enjoy. DC Cab. So yeah, he did have some misses though, but overall I did like director Joel Schumacher. Yeah, rest in peace. Yeah, passed away at the age of 80. We went into July. Well-known film composer, July 6th, Morricone. He's an Italian composer who did the music for a lot of spaghetti western films, like for Clint Eastwood, spaghetti western films. Passed away at the age of 91, which also he did a great score to my all-time favorite horror film, John Carpenter's The Thing. I love the score for John Carpenter's The Thing. He did a great job with the film. Yeah, but I get to say the name again. Ennio Morricone, yeah. Lots of scores. So especially a lot of Italian movies as well. So. But just to name like the one more he did recently. I just want to look at some of the scores he did. Yeah, he did for American Sniper. Yeah, I think he won the Oscar for his role. For was it Django Unchained or Inglourious Basterds? He did for Inglourious Basterds, for all the Quentin Tarantino movies as well. So yeah, Kill Bill. Yeah, Death Proof. Yeah, Inglourious Basterds. Django Unchained. I think he did these for Expendables too? I don't think so. What was this? Yeah. But I know but I love John Carpenter's The Thing, so. I love the scores of that, but Ennio Morricone, yeah, he did a lot of scores. So you passed away at the age of 91. And next, and July 12th, which that was one I did not expect. Kelly Preston, who's been married to John Travolta. Which I did say, at the time I went to that video too, I felt bad for John Travolta, because back in 2000, was it early 2009 when he lost his son, and now years later he lost his wife, Kelly Preston. I was like, man, I felt bad. I feel very bad for John Travolta. But Kelly Preston, I didn't mind Kelly Preston. I mean. She had a minor role in John Carpenter's Christine. She was in Twins with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito. He was in Jerry Maguire. Even in Cat in the Hats, yes, she played the mom to the kids. Dakota Fanning, Spencer Breslin. Yeah, she played the mom even in Cat in the Hat. Yeah. And then she was also in Death Sentence with Kevin Bacon. And then the lyric, it was a year back in 2019. She also starred in with John Travolta in the film Gotti, which that got panned by critics. So basically that's like the last roles that she did. Gotti was all starring along with her husband John Travolta. Passed away at the age of 57. Jeez. Yeah, I feel bad for John Travolta. Kelly first lost his son, and now he lost his wife. Now, rest in peace, Kelly Preston. Moving on, scrolling down. Then July 24th. Famous gaming. Well. He didn't do starring game shows, but he was very comedic and also starring in Regis Philbin. starting with his talk show. Regis and Kelly, of course, hosting in Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Of course, he did a lot of comedic things back then, comedic sketches back then as well. Yeah, Regis Philbin at the age of 88. I remember. I always gonna remember him from starring in hosting as Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. But even time to time when my mom would sometimes watch Regis and Kelly as well. But I didn't mind Regis Philbin. He's really a good, nice guy. And of course, I mentioned he did a little the voice role as himself in an episode of Lilo and Stitch, the animated series, where his cartoon version of himself was going to Hawaii, and when he gets on the plane, he's like, "Hello, Hawaii." Yeah. Yeah, that was a cool cameo. Yeah, Regis really was like Regis Philbin. Yeah, Regis Philbin. Yeah, it missed. And then the next day on the 25th, which I mentioned I met twice at the San Jose Toy Show convention. John Saxon. Starring in Bruce Lee's Enter the Dragon, and then starring in Wes Craven's Nightmare on Elm Street. I met John Saxon twice. I got 2 autographs from him, and then of course the photo, which you can go back on my channel, me meeting John Saxon. Yeah, it was great. I met John Saxon twice. Cool guy to talk to, so it was good to meet John Saxon. He passed away at the age of 84. Yeah. And then also, funny enough, the next day as well, the July 26th, which I didn't realize that she was still alive too as well. And she lived longer than Kirk Douglas did. Olivia de Havilland, who was 104. I was like, she lived longer than Kirk Douglas did. Jeez. He was 103, and Olivia de Havilland was 104. Famous for starring in Gone with the Wind. Jesus, grimy, man. And that just blew my mind. It's like, cause I didn't even know that she was still alive all this time. And it even surprised my dad when I told him. So yeah, Kirk Douglas was 103, and now Olivia de Havilland at 104. And also, and of course, I haven't seen too many films with Olivia de Havilland, though, but yeah, famous for starring Gone with the Wind. And I did review, she even starred in The Swarm, The Killer Bees with Michael Caine. Yeah, Olivia de Havilland, she was the teacher at the school which was a ballsy thing, you saw kids get killed at the school, and Olivia de Havilland, she was looking at the window, she saw the dead kids, and of course, you got the slow-mo shot of her screaming, "Oh!" And of course, then she got killed on the train along with Fred McMurray and Ben Johnson. They were on the train, and when the bees, they fucked up the train, and sends the whole train tumbling down the hill. She was on there and died in the explosion. Yeah. So yeah, Olivia de Havilland, 104 years old. And now move into August. Now August 1st, Wilford Brimley. Wilford Brimley at the age of 85. Now, I enjoy Wilford Brimley. Of course, once again, when I mentioned John Carpenter's The Thing, he played Blair. Remember, he was the character Blair when he was learning about what the aliens can do with can become anybody. He starts going crazy, destroys the radio room. Well, you guys think I'm crazy? That's fine. You think that thing wanted to be an animal? No, dog man 1,000 miles in the cold. Nah, you understand? That thing wanted to be us. Yeah, Wilford Brimley, and then of course I joined him in. He was in John Woo's Hard Target with Jean-Claude Van Damme. He played his uncle. From archery, and I love Hard Target. That's a great Van Damme movie, and Wilford Brimley, he was fun too, and doing like a Louisiana type of accent, Yeah, so I love Hard Target. I enjoy Wilford Brimley in that. And of course, also starring in Ron Howard's A Cocoon, along with Don Michi and Steve Gettenberg. Yeah, Wilford Brimley. Rest in peace. God, my freaking nose itching. God dang it. Yeah, but for John Carpenter's Thing, Hard Target, Cocoon. And of course, it had a well-known role where starring in those commercials about diabetes. People remember, oh, he's the diabetes guy. I'm over Brimley with diabetes. Yeah. That's another thing people are going to remember him from those commercials, the diabetes commercials. He's the diabetes guy. So moving on now. Just really quick, on this one, August 18th, Ben Cross, which, he probably know he started in Star Wars and Chariots of the Fire. Of course, he started in Star Trek, the 2009 Star Trek rebooted one from 2009. He played Spock's father, Sarek. But Ben Cross also he starred in which a film that I did like, one of Van Damme's direct-to-video movies called The Order, which I liked. Which he had him, Ben Cross, and even Charlton Heston. So I like the film. I think he played a police officer in that movie, which I liked The Order, which was one of Van Damme's better direct-to-video movies. But yeah, really quick, yeah. But he also playing Sarek, Spock's father in the 2009 Star Trek film. He passed away at the age of 72. And did not mind Ben Cross. The next of this one was was an absolute shocker, which pretty much to a lot of people. One of the comments that I put when I made the video was like, "Really, you're pulling my leg?" Yeah, well, I know I'm not. I don't pull anyone's leg when I do videos like this. When it says the title says for itself, but this is August 28th. Yeah, Chadwick Boseman, Black Panther himself, at the age of 43 from type of colon cancer, which they kept quiet, which I do respect because made public is like, oh, he's been fighting for a long time, for like a few years. Totally sucks that it's so young at the age of 43 to get that type of cancer. I wouldn't blame him for wanting to keep it quiet, But yeah, Black Panther himself, T'Challa, which I did post a while back. I did my rant on that film. I'm not a fan of Black Panther, but I did say that his acting in the film was fine. He was not bad acting wise. He was fine acting wise as Black Panther. I enjoyed him when he debuted in Captain America: Civil War. His acting was fine in Black Panther, but I'm not a fan because the film had so many loopholes, the silliness with the rhinos, and then lame villain by Killmonger, Michael B. Jordan, just done with. Andy Serkis was a much better villain as Ulysses Claw than Killmonger was. And I think it was dumb to kill him off. And then the bad CGI fight with him and Chadwick Boseman at the end, the third act, bad CGI. But his fine was acting. Then of course, then Infinity War, and then coming back in Endgame. And it just it was totally unexpected when he passed away. I was like, really, that's a shocker. That was like one of the most shocking ones I've heard of the whole year. And of course, the other film roles, which he played Jackie Robertson in the baseball film 42, and then one of his last films, which I did see not that long ago now, 21 Bridges, where they had him and J.K. Simmons and even Keith David, which is also produced by the Russo brothers, who directed Endgame and Infinity War. They produced it, not directed though. But it was cool to see Keith David in there. I like him too. But Chadwick Boseman did a good job, and it just totally sucks, because with Black Panther 2 now, which they are still going to do, I think they gave it for a summer release in 2022. To me, just like, he's Black Panther in the MCU. To me, I think you should not just do the film. That's just me, though. Well, I'm sure probably some people will say the same thing though, but they're going to do it regardless anyway. They're going to probably get somebody else. I mean, if it is, there's no one going to be a better Black Panther than he is. Acting wise, he's good as Black Panther. But I was saying, I'm not a fan of the movie, but his acting was fine in it though. So you can check out my rant on that. I keep on saying that. But Chadwick Boseman, rest in peace. That was a total shocker when I heard he passed away. So yeah, moving on now into September. Nobody that I know of in September passed away. No well known that I know of. October. Yes. Yes. On Halloween Day. On Halloween. Sean Connery. At the age of 90. The man, James Bond himself, the first James Bond, and to many people, like more than probably say, well, I don't want to put in their business, but majority of people say their favorite James Bond. My dad's favorite James Bond and my favorite James Bond, Sean Connery, the man, the legend. Yes, I would say yes. He is a legend, one of the most legendary actors, especially from my dad's time. And, I would say in my time, I love Sean Connery. Loved Sean Connery. Not just as James Bond, though, which he was awesome as James Bond. Ever since when he first debuted in Dr. No. One of the famous lines in the casino playing cards, right? And you are Bond. James Bond. And the famous Bond music playing. One of the most classic lines in cinematic history. And I think in that video I got a little emotional because I love Sean Connery. Now I'm starting to get a little emotional right here now. Jesus Christ. I mean, that's how much I love Sean Connery. As if James Bond, I love him in Michael Bay's The Rock. He was a badass, which you can technically say it is kind of like a James Bond movie. And I played Henry Jones Sr. in Indiana Jones: The Last Crusade, playing Indiana's father. Junior? It is you, Junior. Don't call me that, please. I love The Last Crusade. Many movies. The only time he won an Oscar was in The Untouchables, and up until his last movie, which it's me and my dad liked the movie Leave Extraordinary Gentlemen, where he played Alan Quartermain. That was a film that's him for time of retirement. I liked Leave Extraordinary Gentlemen. Yeah, there's some flaws though, but me and my dad like it for what it was. But and then of course, yeah, he had a couple misfires, like starting in The Avengers. The British one from 1998, where I think he was in a freaking stuffed animal costume. See that? You see that? See that? My stomach didn't want me to bring up that movie because that's like one of Sean Connery's worst performances. There was proof right there. He didn't want me to talk about that bad movie. Even Sean Connery, he had that one. I think there was. Well, people will say that Leave Extraordinary Gentlemen is another bad film within it, but watch The Avengers from 1998, not the Marvel. No affiliation with the Marvel Avengers. And then also The Hunt for Red October, which I enjoyed. I enjoyed The Hunt for Red October. Many movies, up until Highlander. I love Highlander. Even I like the sequel, which they consider as one of the worst movies ever made. I like the sequel, The Quickening. I'm one of the few people that likes that sequel. That's why I think it's underrated. And I don't think I don't think it should not be considered one of the worst movies ever made. I've seen a lot worse, especially for sequels. There's a lot of worse sequels. But yeah, Sean Connery, even though the Medicine Man I was not a fan of, though. Although I did like Jerry Goldsmith's music in that, though. The Presidio, Outland, a film directed by Peter Hyams. I love Outland. You know, kind of like a Western space film. I love Outland. And another one that like I said, with from director Peter Hyams, The Presidio. And like I said, Outland. That is also another favorite Sean Connery film of mine. I love Outland. My dad enjoys Outland. Sean Connery, just so many great films. Yeah, he hasn't missed once in a while, sure. You know, no actor is perfect though, but still, James Bond, The Rock. Yeah, The Rock. Outside of James Bond, which I consider a James Bond film, but I love The Rock. One of my favorite Michael Bay films. Yeah, and even up to I like League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. Although it would have been interesting to see what type of role he would have been as Gandalf the Grey before Ian McKellen in The Lord of the Rings. Because he turned on the role because he didn't understand the script. That was the thing. Although, like I said, even though it would have been interesting to see how he would be as Gandalf the Grey, but Ian McKellen, yeah. But I don't want to go into too long though. But I already mentioned it in my video though. But I love Sean Connery. My dad loves Sean Connery. Rest in peace, James Bond. Rest in peace. And then moving on now, more November. I didn't mention this though in a video, but November 28th, David Prowse, at the age of 85, well known for playing Darth Vader in the original trilogy. So yeah, James Earl Jones voicing as Darth Vader, but David Prowse, he played as the man in the costume playing Darth Vader. Yeah, I didn't make a video of that though, but yeah, David Prowse, his movement wise in the costume of Darth Vader, he did a good job. And also speaking of with the original trilogy, Jeremy Bulloch, December 17th, Jeremy Bulloch at the age of 75, he played Boba Fett. Yeah, so just keeping that's another one I didn't mention. Yeah, but he would keeping up with the original Star Wars trilogy. Yeah, Jeremy Bulloch, who played Boba Fett. It's always funny. He's a classic Star Wars villain, but yet he got killed very accidentally by Han Solo. Boba Fett, where? since his jetpack sends him flying down into that monstrous pit. Yeah. Yeah, December 7th, yeah, Jerry Bulloch, yeah, Boba Fett. And then December 10th, Tommy Lister Jr., which I remember well known, he played the President in The Fifth Element. You know, he's a big guy, you know, that he played the President in The Fifth Element, you know, Tommy Lister Jr. And he was also in the film, the comedy film, Friday. Yeah, Friday with Ice Cube and Chris Tucker. And he had a cameo in even Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight, when both the people and the prisoners were both on the ferry boats. Tommy Lister Jr. comes up and takes a detonator and throws out the window. That was him. And he had a little voice role in Zootopia as well. The little animal that was with Jason Bateman's character, the fox, that was doing his schemes, and when the bunny is like hassled the fox, and he's like, "She hassled you, she hassled you, good." Yeah, that was Tom Lister Jr. Yeah, passed away at the age of 62. Man. Narrowing it down, and now that's basically it. No one else in December except for those. Yeah. All these actors, and I forgot to mention there's a couple more I didn't mention as well. Earlier we lost a musician, Eddie Van Halen, of course, of the band Van Halen. Yeah, which I always love the band Van Halen, from the song Dreams, Human Beings, Jump, Everybody Wants Some. I love which even they also Eddie Van Halen, he also did help do the guitar for the music video of Michael Jackson's Beat It. Yeah, I enjoy Van Halen. Even my dad did. he smoked. Even the time when he said, my dad said even when he smoked, put the cigarette on top of the part of the bass of the guitar. He does. Yeah, Eddie Van Halen. Yeah, rest in peace too. And then last but not least, the one that I did not mention either. Speaking with game show host, like Regis Philbin for Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Alex Trebek. So top it off with this. Yeah, Alex Trebek. He's been it was in his 80 years old, I think. For a long time he's been battling with, he was in stage 4 of pancreatic cancer. But hosting Jeopardy for over 30 years, man. I just remember growing up, up until, well, I didn't watch Jeopardy towards the end though, but growing up watching Jeopardy, yeah, my mom enjoyed Alex Trebek, so a lot of people who love Jeopardy for Alex Trebek, and just totally sucks, he was a stage 4 pancreatic cancer. Thought he was gonna beat it though, but when you're at stage 4, man, yeah, so. I think I think he was one of the guys who was on the contestant. He had the longest streak, winning all that money. I think he's gonna be hosting. Forget the guy's name though, but Alex Trebek, may he rest in peace, man. Just hosting for hosting Jeopardy for 30 years, man, that's a long time. Well, we're probably the same with Pat Sajak for hosting Wheel of Fortune as well. But Alex Trebek, rest in peace, man. Everyone will always remember of you as hosting Jeopardy. When you do it for 30 years, I think there's going to be no better host than Alex Trebek is. And I also remember much younger when before Jeopardy, he also did the game show. Classic Concentration. Remember what goes to go? What was this? And find out where else on the board, trying to form one of those metaphors. Yeah, Classic Concentration was called. So rest in peace, Alex Trebek. And that's basically it, so. Yeah, this has been a long, long list of so many actors, like singers, musicians, and even game show hosts. The 2020 just sucked all around. I made more videos of those that I did than the year. So yeah, so that's gonna be it. To rest in peace to everyone that I mentioned. All will be missed, especially the ones I like. I say Sean Connery, love Sean Connery. He said Chadwick Boseman. That was one of the most shocking as well. Kirk Douglas, even Olivia de Havilland, have all lived over 100 years old. Man. Everyone I mentioned, rest in peace. So this is my Actors Memorium 2020, and it just goes to show who knows for this year though, for 2021 now. Oh boy, I'm waiting for the next curveball to be thrown, but not thinking about that right now. But to everyone in this list of 2020, rest in peace. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next video. Later.